All right, so I'm here with Ola Billmont in Stockholm. So Ola, why don't you introduce yourself to the camera?
Hi, I'm Ola Billmont and I'm shooting film. Oh, sorry, film.
Okay. So maybe can you just tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got interested in street photography? You just said you just celebrated your 2-year anniversary, right?
Oh, well, I am this Christmas, yes. Actually, it was due to a certain camera that I started carrying around. I bought a small camera. All my life I had big bulky cameras, and I bought a small Olympus EP3, and for the first time I felt I could carry it with me, so that's how I came started, pretty much.
So is street photography something you kind of discovered or you fell into? It's just...
Actually, I don't know. It feels so natural. I mean, I've always been a guy who wanted to sit on the outside having a beer, looking at people, and so capturing that with a camera, pretty much. And it's people I'm interested in, shooting people.
So what about people?
Weird people? No, not weird, but funny, awkward situations. There's a lot of characters out there, and if you can memorize that on a film, it's great, I think.
Well, you mentioned that you've never had really an art background, and I think in such a short time, I think you've built pretty solid body of work. Especially what comes to your mind is I'm a huge fan of your color medium format flash work. So can you tell us a little bit about maybe the passion, the drive you had in order to get to where you are now?
You don't mean film, color films necessarily. You mean where I'm at? Oh, I mean it's. I think it's trial and error. I'm experimenting a lot.
Yeah.
Both in senses of that I shoot with flash, like 85–90% of each photo, every photo I take is with flash. But sometimes I think I want to take photos without flash, and I try, and it's really hard. And when the flash comes back on, I feel.
So what
on track, sort of. It's weird.
Yeah.
But
so no, why flash maybe?
I think. Well, show them. It's dark.
Yeah, it's really dark. It's like 4:30, and it's.
honestly, I think to some sense that's true, because I mean we in 6–7 months out of the year it's dark here when you get out of work.
Yeah.
And I have a normal job, so I don't have the possibility to shoot daytime unless I'm in the weekends. So, and if you shoot film, there's a limitation of ISO.
Yeah.
So I mean you need some extra light, and I'm pretty sure that it was out of necessity thing.
Out of necessity, yeah. So like part of it is like a technical reason.
No, yeah, I think so. And then even when I'm shooting in LA, shooting daytime, full sunlight, I just love the flash as a film flash. It's amazing results.
Well, I mean, you have experimented a lot, shooting digital, shooting film, 35mm, medium format, even large format.
Yeah.
How would you say like all these different formats influence how you shoot?
It really doesn't matter. It's a mood thing, I say. And I mean, I'm a big guy, big hands.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a big camera doesn't bother me at all. So it's. I love to experiment with cameras and well, not necessarily film. I use either Portra 160 or Ilford FP4, black and white. So, but I changed cameras, and now I'm totally fixed with 28mm on all cameras. So that's my focal length.
So Ola, can you tell us a little bit about what you're shooting with right now?
Well, this is actually the standard Goa camera for me, a Nikon with a 28 2.8 lens, and this is not the remote. This is the remote. So this I have this small contact flash, which is super neat because you can actually decide to have almost like a spot flash.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and at the end you have white flash. It's full power all the time, so you have to adjust the power of the flash with your aperture.
So generally, what are kind of like for people who might be interested in shooting with flash? What are the settings you generally use?
Well, I shoot close, very close, so I need a high aperture. So usually I'm at f11, f16, and 125.
Okay.
With a 125 film.
Oh, okay.
And then the flash is full power, like a 20 something, whatever it's called, 20. So, I just got these guys. There's a lot of cheap Chinese stuff, and they're not so reliable. So I bought these, and I think they are quite solid.
So what about Nikon? Like, why not a rangefinder? Or
well, it's the
because I know you have rangefinder.
Let's have a look here. Oh yeah. I tried.
So why Nikon?
0.2 meters.
0.2 meters.
Yeah, close, very close. Because I'm doing a project now where I'm taking portraits of strangers at maximum 0.3 meters.
Oh, so getting
up
really
in
close.
their face, and with a flash. So and the Leica and all Voigtlander lenses are 0.7, and that's a limitation. So that's how I started with the Nikon and this lens.
So tell us about the lens.
Oh, the lens, the 28. This one is fantastic. It's super sharp. And I have this guy just for protection because I'm always fiddling with my camera so I don't break the lens.
And then you also have a point-and-shoot Ricoh too. Can you tell us that?
28 too.
Yeah.
Look, it's just been on service in Ricoh, Germany. They fixed the screen for 110 euro.
Wow.
So if you have a broken LCD thing on this, it's 110 euro at Ricoh, Germany.
Nice. So Ola, so you like to shoot color and black and white, and one thing I found very interesting is, you even have two different Flickr streams, one for your black and white work and one for your color work. Can you tell us, how you like shooting black and white versus color?
Someone told me to do that. Don't mix black and white and color. Honestly, that was how I came about it. And I felt I need to feel. I'm not even posting all kinds of photos on Flickr because I want it to feel as solid as possible when you look. I don't like the Flickr stream because it's just bundling photos up too much. So it makes it actually kind of good to edit your stream in a sense because you have an easy overview of how you shoot. So if you have any outstanding photos, so to speak, well, take them out.
So, I mean, when you're shooting color versus black and white, are you specifically looking for different things? And would you say your shooting style changes when you're shooting black, white, and color?
I mean, if you have found a style of shooting, eventually you assemble photos into if you mean serious and stuff. I mean, you just end up with I just found out that I have a lot of photos on close-ups on weird hair pointing out here and there, and so now that has become a serious sort of, just because I had a few of those. So I mean, either you can sort of invent stuff. But that's hard, I think. I think it's better if it comes organically from your own shooting or how you like to shoot. So you can see if you can find a thread in your body of work.
So at this point, can you tell us a little bit maybe about your inspirations as well as, kind of maybe how you might describe your style now?
Well,
or the thread you see through your work.
I mean, it has to be. I want there to be a face. That's not true. Not all photos. I shoot backs and I shoot back of heads, etc. But I like to shoot portraits, so to speak. But I don't know. It's that's really hard. Actually, that's very hard. So I cannot even answer that right now. But it's well, color and versus black and white. Again, when it's sure, it could be really amazing with some strong colors when it's dark, like here in Sweden at this time of year. But when I go to LA, I usually shoot color film, and so it depends on the mood. I mean, I just mix it up. 35, 120, color, black and white. I'm starting a project now in LA actually, shooting Christmas in California.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
So because I found a few photos I took and they were so quirky, and so I'm going to hunt down weird people and places. The thing about palm trees and Christmas, and they tend to overdo Christmas in LA. So hopefully I can find some material. Cool. And that's going to be ongoing.
Cool. And also, can you tell us about your inspirations, like any photographers or street photographers that you admire their work?
It was funny. I mean, Mark Cohen is, I would say, the shit for me. when I got Grim Street, it was really amazing. I just loved everything about it. Sort of the cut of heads, the details, the soft blurriness sometimes. Not necessarily that I aim for that, but I saw quite a few photos that I already sort of had taken in a sense. I mean, the type of photos, and so I kind of I like his stuff a lot actually. But then I like those like Crutzen, but that's totally different. It's arranged photos, but very dramatic, melancholic style. Totally different genre, but nevertheless, it inspires me anyway. But there are so many. I mean, among our friends and so on, there are so many talented photographers. So it's just silly to start naming all of them. Sort of.
So I mean, talking about maybe the local street photography scene here, I know you, Matthias, and Brian started CUP.
Yeah.
Contemporary urban photography. Can you tell us a little bit about how that started, as well as the somewhat recent in public show and workshop you guys held?
No, I mean there's a constant struggle about what street photography is about. So it will never end. It doesn't matter. We have a group in Sweden now where there's a contest now, and it's I'm trying to sort of interact in that group, but it's totally impossible. People put up partially colored photos, and they just don't get it, and it's hard. But so therefore we decided to name ours event organization CUP urban instead of street photography, because we don't want that discussion. If we would do some show with an artist that's borderline street or urban or whatever you want to define as, we didn't want it to be an issue, pretty much. We didn't want any discussions. So that's the name of it. But no, there was a need for it. I mean, Fotografiska is an amazing museum, and they just bring the big guys. And there's like tons of talents out there. So pretty much that's why we did it.
And so can you tell us about with CUP, the in public exhibition, as well as you guys sharing your work, as well as the workshop?
Sorry, what?
So for the
how
CUP,
it went?
Yeah, that's how you went, and
well, it was actually pretty amazing, and I hunted down a guy at the biggest daily newspaper, and they interviewed the public guys at the workshop about what street photography is about. So because the whole thing is part of the CUP existing is to educate people about street photography.
Definitely.
Because even if you talk to some photographers, they don't necessarily know how it's defined, and well, nobody does. So well, it's a strategy to step by step show people how fun and exciting street photography can be.
So I mean, this is a tough question to ask, but I'm going to ask anyway.
Yeah.
So for you, Ola, how would you define street photography?
Well,
personally.
Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way. Some people have a studio to shoot in, and most people don't. I don't. So if I can see a photo at a certain location, which I think would be amazing, if I could make that happen with super small means by asking, doing something, I would do that. I won't miss that opportunity to take that photo. But street photography, so that's not street photography. But what I'm saying is, you can find those chances or possibilities when you're out there. But street photography is just capturing that specific thing happening right now in front of you, mostly. Well, the hardest part, I think. Oh, now I'm going into technical stuff here. But no, I mean, obviously, it has to be candid. What I do when I shoot flash, I actually ask sometimes for people's attention, because sometimes I want them to look into the camera. Not posing, but before I just snap, I can say, hey, or something like that, and to get them looking at the camera, and then bang. But it's so different. I mean, you know, it's like, I don't know how many styles you could define within it, but well, I don't know. Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and you and some local photographers here in Sweden, you guys are making a book.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that book?
Well, my colleague, or the guy I'm usually in contact with, he calls it paper, but it's going to be like a soft book, I think. It's going to be black and white, and with 6 photographers doing it, and it's going to be named Out of Necessity.
Out of Necessity.
Yeah. So we're releasing it hopefully in February, and there are a couple of really good photographers in that one. So if you have a chance, grab one. 300 copies. It's going to be released.
So why is it called Out of Necessity?
To shoot. Simple. We all have the need or the urge to shoot, so it's just there. Everybody needs it to part of their lives.
So why do you need to shoot?
Well, like I said, I mean, actually, I consider myself a curious person.
Yeah.
So, and with all the experimenting that I've been doing all my life, and taking photos of the things I see, I think it's the best. I mean, sure, you can film, but no, it's amazing. I take photos. It's so much fun, and the thrill of shooting film and not knowing if you made it, that's enhancing the whole experience for me.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, maybe you know, a topic too is like, you know, shooting film versus digital.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of a tired talk, but you know, what is?
I mean, you do. It's not a money thing for me. I mean, it costs a little bit more. I develop all my film myself, color and black and white, and I do darkroom prints of the black and white. And so I think it's just fun. I mean, standing in the darkroom and dodging and burning, it's just pretty amazing. And especially you see the difference from the copy made before the next one when you change the light or the contrast on the face, and it's just mind blowing. I mean, pulling on. I use Lightroom as well, obviously, on color stuff and so on. But it's just a whole different feeling.
Awesome.
It feels more art, so to speak, but it's fun.
So maybe, so you know, kind of to wrap this up a bit, so we can enjoy our beers.
Yeah.
So you know, for anyone else, maybe starting off in street photography, and you know, other people who are curious, I guess what tips or advice might you give them?
Well, because I shoot as I do, very close and with flash, it's the most common question is how dare you, or how, so I think a lot of people need help to feel secure with the camera amongst people, pretty much. So that's, I think, the biggest threshold for anyone starting. So, and my best goal is to I mean, just stand in a super crowded area with your camera up in your face, and you will see nobody cares. Yeah, pretty much. And then you can move to less crowded areas, and you will see the same. And eventually, I mean, it's just going to have to grow on you. But don't be so. It's not as, I mean, very rarely people get mad. So, but it's worth it. Get close and take photos of people. That's my tip.
And any last words or shout outs you like to give or anything like that?
So what?
Any last words or people you like to give a shout out to or anything like that?
Well, I mean, look, yeah, I mean, when you shoot, take, lean on someone you like, and try to do something. It's always good to copy in the beginning. I think so, honestly, before you can find your own sort of style or so. Do that, and find someone you like, try to sort of do what they do, and eventually your own style will sort of evolve from that.
Cool. All right. Thanks a lot, Ola.
Cool.
Cheers. Enjoy our beer. All right.